What's going on, everyone? It's Millie Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia, and you can find me everywhere at hellocamillie.com. It's in the bottom. Is that right? It's at the bottom right there. It is what Saturday night, guys, and man, I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time because you guys have asked, and so I figured I would answer. I tried my best to listen to my audience and give you guys. Oh, you know what? Let me check something right quick and just make sure that we are all good on Facebook. I know it's a Saturday night. You guys are probably Netflixing and chilling and all that good stuff. But if you are a replay viewer or a live viewer, as you come in, let me know where you are watching from, and you know the new thing we're doing now, right? I want to know your circuit and your district. So, well, I'm using them interchangeably. Drop your district, say your circuit, okay? If you do not know what I'm talking about because this is your first time here, what I want you to do is go to the handy dandy Google and then type in what circuit, or you can use the word district, is your city and state. So, like, for example, I would type in what circuit is Savannah, Georgia in? What district is Savannah, Georgia in? I'm telling y'all right now, there's only 11. So you can't be in the 12th circuit because it doesn't exist. All right. So this channel is primarily about consumer protection and credit information. I do sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle stuff and the first business that I started with, which is health and wellness. But I just really, really do love how y'all doing. I see some people coming in. Y'all interact with me now because you know I don't like to feel lonely. I don't like to feel lonely. All right. But the credit and consumer protection stuff is really, really important to me because it is such a huge part of our lives, credit. And as a single parent, credit was key to me getting back on my feet post divorce. All right. So I really, really want you all, gosh, to not put this off because I'm telling you right now, everybody who took repairing their credit and learning about credit seriously in 2020, they were so happy they did that right now in 2023 because those purse strings have been tightened, right? Interest rates have gone up. Things are totally different. It was a lot easier to get money back then than it is now. So if you already had it, you're in a much better position right now should something come your way. So guys, I'm telling y'all, it seems like 2020 was just yesterday, but right? That was 3 years ago. The next 3 years are gonna go by just as fast. So don't put this off. And I'm going to do everything in my power to help you. I already have a lot of content on my channel about repairing your credit and learning about consumer protection laws in the event that the CRAs, the credit reporting agencies, don't listen to you when you go to correct stuff because they frequently don't, right? But the information is piecemeal on my channel, right? I just talk about whatever I feel like for that particular day. A lot of y'all wanted things in an organized way, which is why I came up with the Credit Crushers mentorship. We have had 4 waves, one every single month since February. And I really, really appreciate the mentees. We have done a lot in 4 weeks. However, you guys have expressed to me maybe you couldn't afford the mentorship at the time. Things come up. Life be life, right? So what I've done to accommodate people who express the fact that they don't maybe have the lump sum right now, or there were quite a few of you who said to me, Kim, I don't think I need the whole mentorship. I actually don't have anything bad on my credit. That means you don't need the disputing module, right? You just need the module about credit building. Or there were others of you who felt like you didn't need an introduction to credit. You wanted to know more about consumer protection stuff. So then in that case, you would really only need modules 2, which are like legal intro basics. By the way, I'm not a paralegal, a lawyer, or anything of the sort. I'm just a country girl in the country talking. All right. And that is it. But if you wanted to put your toe in the consumer protection pool and have someone tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, how to do this thing right, then you would only need that module. Maybe you guys, maybe you only need a 4th module. And I'm going to show you guys right now what is covered. But what I decided to do was, instead of having a 4-week mentorship, you meet with me every Wednesday at 8, and you buy all 4 modules for a lump sum price, I broke it up. And so now I have a pay-as-you-go self-service, and we're gonna test this out, guys. We're gonna test this out. If I don't see that there's a need for it, like you guys told me there was, then I'll pull it back. But we're gonna see, and I'm gonna show you how this is going to work. I already dropped the link in the comments in the description box down below, and you can go to the Google form, which I will show you, fill it out. I'm not cheap, okay, but I'm worth it. I'm not cheap, but I am worth it. Y'all say hello to me. Again, drop your district, say your circuit. Where are you watching from? I want to know. Um, but yes, let's go ahead and get into it, because I really don't want to be on here too long. I'm going to go through each of the modules, um, and the Google form that you can fill out if you're interested in this. I've already dropped the link. I'll show you the form as well, and then within 24 hours, I'll be in contact with you, and we can get you going. Y'all gotta fix your credit. You gotta learn about how this stuff works correctly, so you can do it on your own, not only for yourself, but for family members, friends, each one teach one, all right? So let's share the screen here. Y'all not talkative tonight. I just wanna have me out here feeling lonely. Actually, I know y'all are probably doing stuff, but let's see here. All right, let's get to it. Let me see something right quick. Okay, so I'm good over there. So I'll literally, let's say you know nothing about this whatsoever, but you like how I teach. Some people say, "Oh, you're so funny. I get to laugh and learn with you." Da, 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 da. And I really appreciate that. I really, 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 really did. But what I'm going to do is basically give you a recording from the most recent wave of the credit crusher. So, for example, I have some people that have been with me since way February, gave the alumni free access to all the other ways. Sometimes I've been a part of some mentorships, no shade, where you sign up and you're with that person for a certain period of time, and then if you want to be with them again, you have to pay a, or either pay again the full price or pay again, but it will be at a discounted rate because you're an. I gave the Wave 1 credit crushers free access, and they will tell you that the presentation definitely was not the same every single way. So I will give, like, say you want week 1, which is the credit intro. I've had a long day, y'all. I maybe should have rested a little bit before I did this. I might be stumbling on my words, so just bear with me. But if you did this, then you would get the Wave 1 that we just completed. What month? May. And, you would get the week 1 for wave 4 that we just completed this May, because it has the most recent and up-to-date information. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this module is really, really good, because so many people don't understand how to look at their credit report, and so we go over some examples of things, and yeah, you'll hear the current credit crushers participating and things of that nature. Now, on week 1, what we did was this. This is the agenda. So just to let you know what you would be getting. If you're brand spanking new and you're like, "You just start right now with week 1, and I'll buy the other weeks when I can get to them later." That's perfectly fine. This is what week 1 covers. Hold on one second. It covers why credit is important. It goes through a historical timeline, and this is for all those people who say, "My parents never taught me about credit." It almost was impossible for them to teach you, and the timeline will show you that. You guys really don't understand how new credit is, how relatively speaking, okay? We talk about the CRAs, which most of you refer to as credit bureaus, and I'll discuss why you shouldn't call them that. We talk about the problem with Credit Karma, and we go in deep. We dig deep. A lot of people who took my class say they heard stuff they have never heard before. Okay, and trust me, it's going to make more sense when you have it in an organized manner, all right? A lot of times when you're looking at something on YouTube, I can have an hour-long video that literally covers only one of these topics that you see on the screen. And then what'll happen? Something on the side will catch your attention, and now you're watching cats playing with yarn, okay? So there is a benefit to putting your money where your mouth is if you're serious about something and learning about it in an organized way, in a closed environment where you won't be distracted by all these other things that are vying for your attention. We're gonna talk about the difference between Advantage versus a FICO score. There's way too many people going places, hoping and praying that they get something and being completely surprised, like, "No, my credit is good." But they were looking at the Advantage score. Meanwhile, the credit or the loan, the bank, the company that they went to pulls the FICO score. All right. We talk about what determines the credit score, the various aspects. We talk about why the credit scores are different between the CRAs. This is very, very important because I cringe oftentimes when I hear people say, I got bad credit. There are instances where you really have bad credit amongst, but usually there's one that's higher than the others. And for people who have quote unquote good credit, their credit could drop drastically with one CRA and they don't even know why. So you will know why after you see the examples in this presentation. We talk about FICO 10T. If that is completely foreign to you, you've never heard of FICO 10T, you didn't even know that there were different FICOs, then you really need to listen to this. Okay? Because this is going to change the game drastically. For people who have good credit, it's gonna be great. For people who have bad credit, your credit is going to be worse. No more of these 30-day quick fixes, "Hey, I can fix your credit. Just pay me $1,000 and I'll get you straight, girl, in 20 days." Mm-mm. When FICO 10T rolls out, and they've been talking about this since 2020, it was supposed to roll out this summer, but who knows what Jay Powell will do. But when it rolls out, y'all, you're gonna wish. If you don't know what's going on with your credit and you don't understand how credit works, you're gonna wish you had invested the time. Because whereas before you could have a completely different credit profile in 30 days, now it's gonna take you 2 years, 24 months. So imagine paying imagine paying higher interest, missed opportunities, crazy terms on it. Pretty much the majority of stuff that you have to buy on credit for 2 years, because you can no longer clean it up in 30 days. So you really need to know about FICO 10T. In the first module, we touch on the laws, and then we also touch on the CFPB. And there is homework that is given as well that will really test whether or not you're quote unquote getting it. I'm thinking right now about doing a Telegram group for the self-service people because you guys will be getting a recording on Google Drive that you will just consume at your leisure. But I do, if you're confused about something, I'm thinking about doing a Telegram for you all. We'll see. We'll see what the feedback is and go from there. The current mentees have a Telegram, but I don't know if I'll do it with the pay as you go people. Um, Now, week 2, module 2, that is where I go over some legal stuff, but it's very basic. You know what? It's actually not very basic. It's just that it's not going to be every single thing that you need, all right? But it's going to be a great, strong foundation. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not what you see some of these other consumer protection gurus talking about. I am not the one to sit here and tell you that basically you can have whatever you like, you can have whatever you like. That don't even make no sense. Okay? A lot of people out here are selling you guys pipe dreams with these consumer protection laws. They are misreading them, misinterpreting them, and because it sounds good to you, you're running with it and looking like a fool. I ain't the one. Okay. So when we talk about week 2 and we get in that, and that's why my face look like that, because I ain't the one. Okay, I'm not gonna have you out here looking like a fool. Like Kimberly told me that this is illegal and that is illegal and I can do this and they can't do that. And, oh, okay. What the law say? What precedence has been put forth? What do you have to back that thing up? And don't show me Cornell law because there's no simple line that you will not see. Y'all see what y'all want to see. You don't see a lot of times what you don't want. And that's how a lot of people are getting y'all's money right now without y'all getting results. Okay? People, the most successful people I know in the consumer protection area, they have spent years studying this stuff. And so learning from somebody who is going to give you shouldn't take years. I also don't know your level of competition, commitment, dedication, all that good stuff. But I'm going to give you a strong foundation that will, for a lot of people, they say it makes sense now because protection stuff is sticky icky. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up in court in arbitration. And well, if you end up in court, you could have nothing against you for whatever. They could accelerate the law. And now instead of being 1 or 2 months behind, they're like, everything is due right now. And you can't do a doggone thing about it because you shot yourself in the foot going on territory that you know nothing about, talking about stuff that you didn't fully understand or comprehend. And if you go to arbitration, you could end up paying 50, 60, 70,000 dollars in 30 days. And the creditors, those are the stories y'all don't hear about. And some of those people who have done those things were taught by some of the people that y'all listen to just because they have a lot of views, a lot of followers, with great ads. Y'all don't know that they are teaching people incorrectly and getting a lot of people hooked up because the people that basically get caught in that position don't come back. Just want to tell y'all how I fudged up. No, you don't hear about those stories. All right. So, what are we going to cover? We're going to cover my 5P methodology. What is the 5P? That's what we talk about. We're going to talk about the difference between negligent and we're going to talk about the top laws, FCRA, FDCA, and TILA. That stands for Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and Truth in Lending Act. We're going to talk about how to cite the laws because, guys, I have seen where people have asked me about something, and just because they put parentheses in the wrong place, I'm looking at this law, but really they meant that law. They meant 16, they say 1692 E3, that is different from 1692 parentheses 3 parentheses. And so you need to know how to cite the law because if you cite something incorrectly, you're going to have the creditor like, what? They don't know how to quote this. So I know they can defend themselves in front of an arbitrator or a judge. So these are things that you need to do. It's these little differences that make huge differences between the people who take this seriously and the people who are just doing it for play, trying to secure a bag and run the play because they think somebody gave them a hack. Don't be that. Don't. All right, let me check something right. Hold on. Hey. Uh-oh. See, that's what I got some comments. Y'all talking to your girl. Y'all talking to your yeah. All right. Oh wow. Kevin Gillespie. Hi, I'm trying to identity. I was home and everything gets mixed up with my dad. Now, first of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. I can empathize with you. Actually, my maiden name, I'm named after my mother, and very few women have the same first name as their mom. And before I got married. Now I'm divorced, but before I got married, my maiden name was the same as my mom too. So our stuff was always mixed and merged. This is a very, very, very common issue. And you are not alone. You are not alone. Right? But yeah, that is something I don't want to put your business on Front Street, but what paperwork do you have? Like, how are you getting through life right now? There is something identifies you. And so if all you need is separate out the information, and you know what's so interesting about this, Kevin? I had a guest speaker talk to the Credit Crushers, and his name, which is well, he goes by Jay. Oh, he ended up getting $62,000 from settlement with the three CRAs and a very well-known subprime lender because he too had the same name as that with identity theft. And so he had to try to get stuff through the card. And they gave him a lot of that. So he came to the credit and he his not serious about this stuff. He not only got it done, but he got it done and he got them dollar bills. So it can be done. Um, I would have to know more about your situation. It's not something that can be answered in a quick question. It will take time, it will take patience, and it will take you educating yourself on the process because I'm gonna tell you now, the CRAs will try to wear you down. I recently put a dispute with Experience online. By the way, if you ever do online dispute, I did mine through annualcreditreport.com. If you ever do an online dispute, make sure you screen record. Make sure you screen record to have they will say you didn't say that, but you did say something, or they'll try to act dumb all of the time. But anyway, Experian closed my dispute and updated the account with everything but the one thing that I asked for. I asked for one thing in plain English, and they updated every other field but the one thing I asked. See how they know? See how they know? So that is the reason why yesterday everything's live right now though. Right? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Um, it'll come back. Yeah, so that's the reason why, like, I'm not trying to play with them. I already know how they do. They mess with you until you take it to the next level. So yesterday, I reached out to even more consumer protection lawyers just to touch base and tell them my situation to see if I can help work to get them to comply because they be acting stupid until they get a case that you filed in court or an arbitration, going to jail or AAA. Okay, then all of a sudden, "Oh my gosh, let's talk." I've been trying to talk to you, but that's how that pretty much works. But you definitely this is very, very common, Kevin, yeah, and you do need to make it a priority to fix it, okay? Because it is not a quick fix, so you got to get on it because you don't want, that to hold you up and, you really, really need something using your credit. You can't because your credit needs to be fixed before this gets real sticky icky. Icky. Hey, I hope I said that right. Oh no, you didn't put on the Lionel Richie. Okay, you know they was doing the thing when they leaned on the albums, when they hit that lean on the album covers. Ray Skillman put a car in his name instead of mine. Oh, that's not good. That don't sound bueno. I couldn't get plates until they took the car back, then fixed it. Wow, this is I never had credit, so when I tried, it wasn't my Kevin, are you Jay? This sounds like Jay's story. They use his social security and all his info without him there, but I'm not a junior. My middle name is different. Well, they don't match up. We talk about this. They don't match up stuff like you think. Y'all think they match up stuff according to your social security number, and they're like looking with a magnifying glass. They don't care. They don't care. I have heard of instances where a woman divorced her husband, and the husband's new girlfriend stuff ended up on that woman's credit report because they matched it by the address, right? When the woman was married to the man, she lived in the marital home. They got divorced, she moved out, new girlfriend moved in. So now when the new girlfriend is stuff they have common. It's stuff that they use stuff by key items, which are personal identifiers. It is not what you think it is. So that's why a lot of people have so much crap on their credit reports. And you know what? They get away with it. You know why? Because we don't check our credit reports. Lawyer was like, I already know it's fudged up, so what I'ma check it for? Wrong. Right? In the words of Charlie Murphy, rest in peace. Wrong. Right? That's the wrong way to think. Maybe there is some damage that you know about, but what about all the stuff that you don't know about? Okay? So check your credit report and start working towards getting the stuff off that is not legit and then the stuff that is fixed. That's how that works. Thank you. I love picking minds. That is good. I'm happy I said something that could help you. BMV sent BMW. I felt like that was a game show. I'm like, I think you mean my dad said BMV asked him if he still had I had cash in a car I traded to be left with a bill. There's a lot going on, y'all. There's a lot going on, and I hear a lot of stories. But yeah, your situation is not rare. You're not alone. You're going to have to go through it with a project and really educate yourself about how to do it. But I'm sorry you're going okay. So where did I stop? Oh, I said we're going to talk about citing laws. We're going to touch on some other laws, y'all. There are so many things you have to not know about. I didn't know, and a lot of the credit crushers did not know about UDAP, RESPA, and the CARES Act. I thought the CARES Act, came out in 2020 because they cared about us. I was like, oh, that's a nice thing. No, it actually stands for something. It's an acronym that stands for something. And there are so many other laws, especially statutory laws, depending on the states that you're in. Your state might have some things that are specific to them, right? That you need to know about because in some instances, those state laws would be way more beneficial to you than the federal laws. So yeah, it's a lot, but it's worth it. We talk about how to document and record your evidence. Oh my gosh, this is huge. John Watts constantly, he's an Alabama consumer protection lawyer, 11th district, like myself, because the 11th district is Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. Well, John Watts always talks about how clients will call him saying, hey, I have a case with this debt collector, and they will swear up and down that they recorded it because they downloaded some app. I told the credit crunchers what the problem is with apps as of like the last 3, 4 years. But John Watts, the attorney, will go to listen to the recording, the proof, the evidence, and it's one-sided. You only hear the consumer talking. You don't hear the debt collector talking at all. Well, I tell you how to overcome that, what to do in that instance, even how to organize your information because, guys, whenever you go to court or you put in a case for arbitration, you have to make a claim. If you go to Google Scholar and you look up case law, you will see that a lot of judges will dismiss cases because there was no claim made. And I'm telling you right now, their customer service rep lied. That's not making a claim. A claim would be this is an example of misrepresentation. The lie is an example of misrepresentation. That is making a claim. And then you have to know the elements of that claim. And then you have to show proof that they met those elements. And then you have to, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So everybody out here was like, oh, 215 USC 1692 and telling you, yeah, telling you right there, you're owed $1,000. And oh my gosh, hey, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, I'm gonna hit you right back. I'm literally on live right now in the middle of a video, but I'm gonna hit you right back. Love you, little bro. About to call me your little sis. Bye. I'm on live right now. I'm on live. I'm on live. All right, bye. It's funny, y'all. All right. So, y'all like, "Oh, she answered her phone," 'cause you never know. Don't take things for granted. You never don't. I at least wanna be like, "You good? Alright, I'll hit you back." But, yeah, you gotta make sure that you document that evidence, and then when you're calling, like some people say, "Well, I called consumer protection lawyers and nobody called me back," or they won't take my case. Oftentimes, it's because the way that you're communicating to them lets them know you don't have a case. You don't know what you're talking about. And if they have to do too much work, John Watts talks about this all the time. He said people will sit there and write 47 pages of a credit report and tell him, "Let me know how much you think we can get out of them." And he says, "You must be crazy. If you think I'm gonna sit up here and comb through and do the work that you should have done." See, you guys gotta know how to work with people, how to form a partnership, because Jay had no Jay only 26. At the time, he was what, 24, 25? He had no problem getting a consumer protection lawyer in South Carolina to take this case for free. You know why? Because he knew what he was doing, because he was committed and dedicated, and because he took the stuff seriously. You have to tell your story. You have to paint a picture. And so when I talk about organizing your evidence, and the best way to do it is bit by bit, day by day, call by call, recording by recording. If you call the consumer protection lawyer, you're like, "See, what had happened was," and then I spoke to somebody, and then they said something like, "Hold on, what they said?" Because this is how y'all talk to me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I get frustrated. I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Don't even worry about it." Because if you cannot clearly communicate and articulate your story, because you've done such a good job of documenting it, creating the timeline. If you can't do that to the lawyer, then the lawyer can't do it to the judge. And these judges don't know consumer protection law. They judge everything, a lot of them. So you're gonna have to explain stuff in a way that makes it seem open and shut. This is what happened. This is what they're supposed to do. This is what they did, which is not in alignment with what they're supposed to do by evidence of this, and so therefore I'm entitled to that. Here's my proof. But if you don't have, it's not what's true that matters, it's what, period, point blank. All right. Regulatory agencies, we go over that, and we discuss the difference between arbitration and litigation. And we also touch on consumer protection lawyers. Some people are like, you can do it yourself. You can, you can, you absolutely can. You can do, you can grow your own fruit, right? You can go buy a cow, you can milk them, you can chop them up and make your own hamburgers. But do you do that? Do you do that? You got a cow in the back. Hmm? You Rick Ross. Hmm? No, you don't. You know why? Because some things are just more convenient. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. Now, if you want week 3, which is where we talk about disputing, and I'm going to tell you right now, it would behoove you to get weeks 2 and 3 together. Okay? Because your disputing is going to be better when you understand legal basics. Okay? So, yeah, if you get week 3, you should get week 2 along with it. Now, here's what we cover in week 3. It is a lot. I like you a lot, right? We talk about the most common inaccuracies. We talk about what are your goals. You have to know what your goals are. Is it just to get a deletion, or is it to get the deletion and the dollars? A lot of people are like, why would I pass up money? Well, there are instances where time is of the essence and a deletion is just worth it instead of you trying to get compensation too. You might want to go for the low hanging fruit because you're thinking about the long term gain. And some other things might be more important for you to go forward with a clean credit report versus trying to clean it up and fight. Because a lot of times when these companies go to settle, the first thing they're going to offer you is a deletion. Okay? They're not too quick to let up off that money like some gurus would have you to believe. But yeah, you got to weigh the pros and cons of everything and what it is you are trying to do. What's your goal? We're going to talk about damages. We're going to talk about the statute of limitations. Some of y'all be bringing claims and you ain't got no right to the claim because it's old as Methuselah. Okay. We're going to talk about credit monitoring, cleaning up the contact info and why that is so important, disputing online, investigating, deletion versus suppression. This is how a lot of those social media credit repair people get y'all. They be like, let me fix your stuff in 30 days. And then you pay them all this money. A week later, everything is clean. And you're like, girl, you good. 30 days later, it's back. And you can't even get to her. She done blocked you. He done blocked you. And you're thinking, what the heck just happened? I know it was gone. Yeah, it was gone. But now it's back. I just thought of that song. Fat boys are back. All right. On my 80s babies. We're going to talk about the biggest myth. We're going to touch a little bit on Metro 2, why it's important. Why it is good to know what it is, at least a little something about it. We're going to talk about permissible purpose, medical collections versus charge-offs. You guys need to understand the difference. Some of you are really thinking, because you have no idea what's going on with your credit, that if you pay this or you pay that it's somehow going to make you look better in the eyes of the creditor, and you have no clue what you're talking about. But that section is going to tell you why. We're going to touch on bankruptcies, evictions, repos. This last week, I told repos up. Late payments, cease and desist, and then settlement agreements. It would be a shame for you to do all of this and then get to the point where they're offering you a settlement and you don't even know how to comb through that thing properly, or some of the things that you should be asking for. Sometimes people are just so happy to get the money that they really shoot themselves in the foot, and they create a situation where they're like, dang, I really should have thought through that better. Right? Hindsight is always 2020 though. I'm telling you guys, it helps when you have someone who has been there, done that, or plugged into someone who has been there, done that, and can say, hey, if you get a settlement, great, but make sure they don't slip this language in there. Or if you see that language, this is what it means. So don't be so quick to sign on the dotted line so you can secure the bag that you mess up your future. All right, so that is week 3. And then, hold on, y'all. Man, did I do that? I did that whole thing and y'all didn't even see the screen, did y'all? Oh, that sucks. Let me see here. All right, Kevin said, yes, I won't sign up or check paperless. Okay. And then I was breaking up, Ebony. Dang, you said that at 11:35. That was a while ago. I don't know why I was breaking up. I hope that was only you. But let me just show y'all what I thought I was showing y'all the whole entire time. So embarrassing. That's the thing about going live late. So what was the last thing I showed y'all? I mean, it's just a visual, but I mean, can I turn this down? Yeah, I can turn it down here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me turn it down. So, yes, this is, what did I say? Week 3, disputing. This is the agenda. It is a lot in week 3. I think this was a minimum of an hour and a half, but I really want to say it was more like 2. It was more like 2 hours, okay? So, that's that. And then week 4 is where we get into credit building. So you see how I structured the mentorship? Week 1 is an intro to credit. Then we go into the legal basics to set you up for disputing the following week. And then once you dispute and you get all the ugly stuff off, now it's time to put the good stuff on. Okay? A lot of people try to put good on top of bad. That's like putting lipstick on a pig. You don't want to do that. You want to clean up the bad stuff, then replenish with the good stuff. But you want to build your credit in a certain way. Hoping and praying is not a strategy, y'all. Okay? You actually want to build and you want to be strategic. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I first was introduced to credit when I went to college. I was 18 years old and I had some cards. I signed up for cards. I have no income pretty much, or income that's barely there, shouldn't have been getting approved at all, but they love to saddle you with debt, right? When they know they're going to make a whole bunch of money in fees on you because you don't know what's going on. And guys, there were some cards that I had that I got when I was 18 years old, and I had them into my mid 20s. I had these cards 7, 8 years. And the card, I thought I was doing something when I had a comma in my credit limit. Like the first time I got $1,000 limit, I was like, "Ooh, look at you, girl." I didn't know $1,000 was really nothing, especially when you're talking about over the span of you having a card for 7, 8 years. Flip the script or contrast that with my current situation, and I had credit cards, and then I went through multiple periods of unemployment and just all types of different things. Like I said, divorce a few years back. So I was cash only for many, many years. And I said, the next time I get credit, I am going to know what to do with it. So in the few years that I have had, the 2 to 3 years that I've gotten back with credit, I mean, my credit limits, I've had them double. And within one of my credit lines doubled within 8 months. So it went from a 4-figure credit line to a 5-figure credit line within 8 months of me getting it. And I showed the class how I did that and how that happened. I showed the class why you don't want to get a $200-300 secured card. We talk about all of that. So in week 4, which is credit building, again, if you don't have anything on your credit, maybe you don't need the first 3 weeks. I would say week 1 and 4 go together, and week 2 and 3 go together at a minimum. But if you're like, I don't have the money for week 1 and 4 right now, Kim, and I just want week 4, you can do that. If you just need to know how to build strategically, then this is the week for you. We recap what makes up the credit score. It is these things right here: payment history, utilization, credit history, and then inquiries, and the credit mix. When we talk about inquiries, and some people are like, how do I get inquiries off? You really shouldn't need to get inquiries off, because you should never get an inquiry without getting the thing. Okay. And you can be very strategic with the inquiries by doing the shotgun method. I've done it. I love it. We talk about credit tiers too. You need to know and plan in advance. Too many people just see something all willy-nilly, and credit is much too important for you to just have something flash across the screen and be like, oh, let me apply for that. Oh, they said I'm pre-approved for this. Does the card fit with your lifestyle? Does the card have perks that you can actually use? You know what I'm saying? Back in 2021, when everybody finally started going back outside, the thing was, oh, this card is going to have you wearing designer for free. Guess what? Right now, people can't buy eggs, they can't buy milk, basic groceries. They don't care about wearing designer as much as they did 2 years ago. So that credit card with the perks where you can buy design, where you going? What good your designer do you if you don't even have gas to go to the club, to drive to the club to show it off? You should have got a dang on gas card. That's what you should have did. But we talk about that, and then we talk about your credit mix. So many people only have credit cards, or they only have a car loan, or they're like, my car is paid for, and I'm not getting a car loan just so I can have an installment account. You can have an installment account without getting a car loan. Right now, I have 3 in addition to a car loan. We talk about why you shouldn't pay certain stuff off of. I know a young lady who has the money to pay her car completely off, but instead she will pick up the phone and call the finance company and make a payment every single month, because she's trying to drag those payments out. You know why? Because she doesn't want that trade line closed down. She doesn't want to pay it off early and then have that installment that has a lot of history gone from her credit report. So while she could just really just pay everything off today, and has been able to do that now for some time, instead she calls and has them manually put in a payment for like a few dollars, just because she wants to drag the loan out. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive to a lot of you, but again, when you go through this course, these modules, you'll understand why it's not a bad thing. Why it's not a bad thing at all. We talk about the Navy Federal Pledge Loan. That was one of the things that was key, so integral in me fixing my credit. Um, and we talk about rental karma. There's some other things too that I will. Week 4, I'm going to do live this week. So if you sign up for this, you'll be invited to be on live with us, which means you'll also get the Q&A. But other than that, you'll only be getting the presentation for what you pay on the thing. Okay. But if you sign up before this class happens, week 4, wave 4, then you'll be invited live, where you will actually interact with me if you can make it. All right. So that is that. Now, I've already included the link. Let me see here, to the form. And I'm going to show you right quick what the form looks like. And then we are going to close out, share this tab instead. Let me just go to StreamYard right quick and take a look to see if anybody said anything. Okay. I didn't see anything else after you're breaking up. So if you click the link in the description box down below, it's going to take you to this form. This is the Credit Crushers Pay As You Go option. Again, I hope this helps out everybody who said, I don't have the money to do the full course, or I don't think I need the full course. I respect you guys, and I try to give you what you ask me for if it's within my power. This I felt like was within my power. So when you click that link, it's going to take you to this form. You're going to put your email, name, phone, and then this form takes you less than probably 2 to 3 minutes to fill out. But to me, you're not just a number. I really do want to know a little bit about you. Because to be honest with you, if the module that you select, or, whatever, if it's not if it's not fitting your goals, I will reach out to you and say, hey, I don't think you should pay me. I don't think this is for you. If somebody wants to know about, like, how do I get out of traffic tickets, or how do I don't talk about those things. Okay, I talk about what I just told you. I focus on credit and consumer protection laws. So all that other stuff, like authenticating your birth certificate and sovereignty, but that's not me. Your tribal card, that's not me. Nothing wrong with those things, but that's not me. Okay, so that if that's what you want, I will let you know. I'm not. I don't. No, and no. So this form just helps me get a better grasp of how I can best serve you, and just to make sure that you know what you're getting into. All right. Those are the payment methods that I use. And then this is where you select the modules. If you want all 4 of them, then select all 4. The more you select, then I will give you a slight discount on a bundle price. So if you want one, then the price is right there. But if you want more than one, just select what you want. Please don't select stuff and then when I reach out to you for payment, be like, I can't do it right now. Then don't fill out the form right now. Okay? Please, let's keep things simple and streamlined. This is really for action takers who are ready to go right now. All right? And if you want a private Zoom session, the current mentees, they got it included in their tuition. But again, they paid for all 4 weeks at one time. It was a bundle price. Everything does not last forever, though. So if you want the Zoom session now, you can get a 30-minute session with me for $25, as long as you purchase one of these. So that's in addition to the price here. All right. And that's where we can really dig in deep with your stuff specifically. People have found these sessions really, really helpful. I had one mentee and we were on her Zoom and I was like, call them now. Because she had so much going on in her life. She was like, let me write that down to do. And I was like, let's just do it now, girl. Let's just, don't create a do. Let's just do it now. And we ended up calling and getting some answers about some things. And she got so much clarity because what she thought was one thing was not that at all. And after that phone call, we actually ended up doing a chat too. So I was watching her on screen. I had her share her screen. She did the chat and I was telling her what to type in the chat so that she can get answers to some specific questions. So, it's just two heads are better than one. And it's not something you have to do. If you think you got it, then go ahead, do you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the majority of you don't have it. Because if you had it, you wouldn't be in the mess that you're in now. If you could do it on your own, I think you and I both agree that you would have done it on your own, right? So yeah, that's that. But yeah, you will fill out this form, you click submit, I'll get your answers automatically. Okay, yeah, I did. I'll get your answers automatically, and then I'll reach out to you so that we can go ahead and get you started. Okay. And again, you can watch the recordings at your leisure. We will see how this goes. Whether or not I'll offer a Telegram group where you guys can reach out to me, I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see. It will really just depend on a number of factors. Anywho, guys, I have been on here for like 50 minutes and a half now. It's pretty late. So I hope this helps you all. Again, thank you to all the mentees who have gotten good results, giving me great feedback. Congratulations to everybody who scheduled their one-on-one with me. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4 mentees, because it was included in your tuition. That is no longer the case, and things are definitely changing. So if you like how I teach and you want to learn the real deal about this stuff, then go ahead, click the link down below, fill out the Google form, and I'll be in touch shortly. All right. Before y'all leave now, like this video, subscribe. No one, not no one, dropped their district or said their circuit. I'm heartbroken. This is the first time no one has dropped their district or said their circuit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Who will be the first to do it? Maybe a replay viewer. Anyway, guys, y'all have a good Saturday night. Thank you to everybody who joined. Sorry to interrupt your Netflix and chill time. But go on back and watch. Y'all see Young, Famous, and African is back on season 2? Yes, honey. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.